Okay. What do you have there?
This is a Wonder Bag, and it is a insulated bag that you can use to cook rice, stews, those kinds of things. So you put your rice on the stove, you bring it to the boil, and you immediately put it into the bag. So it goes inside here. You can loosen this, and then you put it inside there, put the lid on, and basically the rice will then cook in the same amount of time without using any more energy. So if you've got stews, it can take longer, so then it's a good idea to do the stew in the morning and then put it in. By the time you come home, it will be perfectly cooked, and guess what? It won't burn, which I always do with rice. I always burn rice. So this is an incredibly useful thing, and it's completely usable by all kinds of households, high income, middle income. Everybody should be really using something like this. They're also very attractive, as you can see. We also have quite the city provides these Wonder Bags in our program called Smart Living Program, where we do training for low-income people who are going into their RDP houses or subsidy houses. So they receive a whole lot of training, and one of the things that they get if they come to the training is a Wonder Bag, and they have training on how to use the Wonder Bag, and then we usually also feed people from the Wonder Bag process, so it's like seeing it in action. But our major program that we're about to start from July onwards is a ceilings program, because in Cape Town there are about 50,000 houses that were built prior to 2005 that were built without ceilings because the subsidy didn't cover ceilings. It's an incredibly bad idea. Living in a house without a ceiling is pretty much like living in a quite a bad tent, because you have bad condensation, often you have mold. And so we've really kind of committed to finding money to retrofit these houses. It's not cheap, because you're talking about houses that are already built. Often they're not built for ceilings, but it has an enormously beneficial effect on people's quality of life and on their health. So we have raised money from the Green Fund, and the city has put in some of the money from some of its strategic funds, or will be putting in money. And it's just I really think it's one of the most important things that we can be doing.
Okay. So the energy conservation isn't the domain of middle class, or?
No, I mean, look, I think that everybody is very concerned about reducing their consumption. Maybe not the very rich, but definitely amongst poor people. I mean, generally though, those people are already saving as much as they can save, but they often could deal with their energy service needs better by having a ceiling, by having access to solar water heaters. So those kind of technology inputs are often things that need assistance in a low-income environment. In a high-income environment, what you generally need is a lot of information to people, and I think regulation. I think we should be starting to regulate that all geysers that burst can only be replaced with a solar water heater or a heat pump. It makes sense. It's like conserving an incredibly valuable resource. Why would we be wasting it? Every single bit of wastage costs the country economy enormously.